Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good morning to you. Today we are going to have our second lesson of the week, and then this is our first class of studying something. Yesterday we just had our yesterday or Monday. Okay, yesterday. Yesterday we had our course briefing, and today we are going to touch on our first lesson. Okay, the first lesson is actually about regarding speaking. Okay, revolving about speaking skills. Okay, for today it is just a brief one. This lesson is going to be for about like 15, no more than 15 minutes. We are going to talk about WH question. WH question. And then at the end of the day, we hope that you are able to elaborate on the given topic of subjects based on WH questions. At the end of the day, we hope that you are able to come up with such questions by using WH question. And then this is for the purpose of us using WH question obviously is to strike conversations, either with a stranger or with a group of strangers or with a person that you know or with a group of people that you know. Okay, now let's look at the lecture notes. Okay, all right, so this is a lecture note. WH questions. The purpose of using WH question is obviously to ask questions, certain type of question, and it is not a yes, no answer. We want to know more about something, thus we use WH questions. Why do you think that it is called as WH question? It is not because it starts off with W or it starts off with a H letter. It is because it includes the letter WH. If you notice that in Y have the letter W, we have the letter H. In how we have the letter H, we have the letter W as well. So that is why they are called WH words. Okay, now the first one, question word. The first one is what? Okay, we use what in order to ask information for something, obviously. For example, what is your name? This is the easiest one, the easiest example. Or you saw something and then you want to ask about what is that? Okay, what is that? You saw something black and then bulky case. You ask what is that because you do not know what is it. Okay. Number two is we use what in order to ask for repetition or confirmation. For example, what? I cannot hear you. You did what? Okay. Alright. So you use what in order to ask for confirmation or repetition. Number two is what for. We use what for in order to ask for a reason. Why did you do that? Somebody did something and then you were curious what is the reason behind his deed. So you ask him, why did what did you do? What for? What did you do that for? Question mark. Okay, instead of asking why, it's also possible if you want to ask why did you do that. Uh, but then we use what for the same reason. Number three, when we want to ask about time. When did he leave? Okay, or when is our class start? When is our class? Question mark. So our class is going to start at 10 o'clock in the morning. The next one is where. We use where whenever we want to ask about a place or a position. For example, where do they live? Where do you live? Or where does she live? Okay, we use where. Wish, if you were to make a choice, then you have to choose only one thing or two things. We use wish. Which color do you want? Or which bags do you want? Meaning choose two. Which bags do you want? Okay, who? Who? We use who in order to ask what or which person or people. and then we use this as a subject. Okay, who opened the door? Ali opened the door. Okay, Ali is a subject because it is at the beginning of the sentence. Who opened the door? Ali opened the door as a subject. On the other hand, we have whom. Okay, whom is also asked about a person, one person, or a group of people. But take it, we have to make the person or the people as an object, meaning that it is something at the back. Whom did you see? I saw Timmy and Tom. Whom did you so, whom did you see? I saw a group of students just now. Okay, so instead of this one for who, a subject is again who opened the door. Ali opened the door, but then whenever you use whom, is going to be the subject, the people, the group of people or the person is going to be at the back. For example, whom did you see? I saw Ali and Abu just now. I saw Abu. Okay. Next one is whose. Whose is asking about ownership. You want to know who is the owner of a something something. So whose are these keys? These keys belongs to Ali. Okay. Whose turn is it? The turn. It is Ali's turn. Okay. This is why we use whose in order to ask for ownership. Next one is why don't, in order to make a suggestion, sorry. For example, why don't I help you? Why don't you go for a trip in order to relieve your stress? That is why we use why don't. Okay, continue with how. Okay, next one is how. And we use how, for example, how does this work in order to ask about manner. You want to know something, how does something work? We use the word how. Or we want to know more about the condition or quality of something, of your day, or of the examination, or the trip. How was your trip just now? So we use how in order to ask about the condition or quality of your trip or of your exam. How was your exam just now? Okay, we also can use how plus adjective or adverb in order to ask about the extent or degree. For example, how far? You want to ask about the distance. How far is is Pattaya from Bangkok? We use how far. And then the next one is how long. You want to ask about the length. And then it could be regarding the time or space. How long will it take? Okay, the next one is how many. Quantity. We use quantity for something countable. Countable meaning that you can count. One book, two books, three books. Okay. Thus we use how many. How many cars are there? So cars. We could count car. One car, two cars, three cars. I have three cars at home. I have one car at home. So you could count. We use how many. Instead of how many, if something that you could not count, for example, salt, you could not count salt. So we use how much. Okay, how much salt do you want to buy? Perhaps 1 kilo of salt. So instead of one salt, two salts, three salts, then no, there is no such thing as that. We goes by container, perhaps. Okay, one jar of salt or one bag of salt. So this one in this term, in this case, we have the example is how much money do you have? There is not possible for you to count how many money you have. It is only possible by counting the currency. All right, the currency. For example, I have 3,000 ringgit, but then it's also possible if you want to count the notes. I have I have like 100 notes of 100 ringgit. Okay, it is also possible, but still, we still use how much. Next one is how old. How old referring to the age. How old are you? Last but not least, this is informal. You don't use this whenever you write an essay, or you don't use this in formal setting, but in casual setting it is, or with somebody that you are you are familiar, or somebody that is not in is not in an official setting. Okay, you could use this. Asking how come, asking for a reason, or asking for asking why you do that, or somebody did that. For example, how come I couldn't see you? I can't see her. Okay, how come you did not come to class yesterday? So we use how come. If you want to make it official, it's going to be why. Why? Why did you not come to class yesterday? So we use why, or what for, but it's quite difficult. What for? Uh, why did you skip the class for? Something like that. Okay, next. There we are done with the explanations. There are so many WH words, and then the W start off with W, and then we have plenty of words that starts with H. How far, how long, and whatnot. Okay, next we are going to look at the uh okay, whom. Whom. If you're still confused about whom, it's actually whom we use whenever we want to refer a person or a group of people as the object of a verb or preposition. For example, okay, this is the trick. If you are confused, if you replace the word with he, or she, use who. For example, she is the one that you are looking for. Okay, who are you looking for is the question, because she is the one. She is at the beginning. But then, if you can replace it with him or her, use whom. And then who should be used to refer to the subject of a sentence. So this one, whom, should be the object. For example, for whom did you buy this umbrella for? It is for my mother. Okay, now I would like you, it's not a game, but then I would like you to, this is quite, alright. I would like you to go, it's not, if possible, try to record yourself. But if you have limited mobile data, try to give me the audio. You could send an audio through WhatsApp note, or if you have extra data, for example, if you are using internet, Wi-Fi, or in uh, Unify, unlimited internet connection, please record yourself. Okay, now what we are going to do is that you are going to choose one or of these things. It's totally up to you. We have uh, an empty Coke bottle, number one. Number two is melting snowball. Just disregard the pair, because I did this for my physical class. So it was actually for a partner test, a pair assignment. It's not assignment. It's just a test activity. Number three is one sock, only half a pair, without the other one. Number four, a used tea bags. Okay. Number five, spectacles with no lens. Okay. Your glasses, but without any lenses. And number six is a house with no roof. Number seven is a bucket with a hole. Okay. A bucket, something that you put, perhaps water, but then it has a hole in it. What you have to do is over here. Imagine that you are top Salam team of the month, and then you have to think of 4 statements to pursue people to buy the item that you have. Okay, use WH questions in order to come up with the ideas. Okay, record yourself and post it on the WhatsApp group. State your name, the item, your questions, as well as the answer. For example, okay, an empty Coke bottle. Firstly, you have to introduce yourself. Hello, my name is Siti Khadijah, and then my item is an empty Coke bottle. Okay, after that, you have to think of 4 statements in order to pursue the customers to buy the item that you have. For example, number one, what is it? I am selling an empty Coke bottle, and what is the purpose of this one? Okay, perhaps the purpose is that I what is the purpose? I could use this in order to resell to anyone who would like to buy empty Coke bottles. Okay, when when did I get this bottle? I saw this bottle when I was on the way back to campus. All right, when I was walking back to the campus, I saw this bottle lying on the road. That is two example of sentences that I would like you to come up with, but I need 4 instead of 2. So you could record yourself. It's either record yourself or record your voice and send it on the WhatsApp groups. The deadline for this thing is tomorrow before our class. So you have the whole day to record yourself, or send a voice note before the class tomorrow. Is it okay? Do you have any question? If you do, then send me your questions on WhatsApp group. If you do not, then that is all for today. It's just WH question. And then make sure you do the activity given in order to confirm your attendance. Thank you, students.